Alright. Hello everybody. I made a couple of change-ups to my setup here, but for now, we'll just see where it takes us. I need my wire tool, which is over here. So some things that I changed around today is I moved that, I think you guys can see that light was right here before. I moved it so then I've always had a dark corner, and so I was thinking if I push that light back, I can get more spread out light, maybe a little bit more diffuse over there. Got my wire tool. I also added a LUT on the, what's right below me, like right here. This thing. That I added something called a LUT. I don't really know what it stands for, but it should look a little bit more dark now, straight from the recording, instead of me having to edit it afterwards, right? And so that's just to help me save some more time, you know. Even though I know it's just a couple of button clicks, if you have like really large file formats and you're trying to change the color all at once and then edit, it can be pretty scary. I've lost a couple of my what's it called? A couple of my save files crashed because it was trying to do too much because of that reason. So I also, a while ago, you guys will hear that the music is no longer coming straight from the recording. It's coming from these speakers over here. I thought that would be better because the GoPro's atmospheric, so sometimes it feels a little bit weird for me that the music is just popping out of nowhere. And so now we have the music is going to be sounding nice, but from another source, right? Not directly from the computer. I know some people want that audio directly from the computer, but for me, I think if the audio sounds good to me and I listen to it and it sounds okay, then I would say that it's probably going to be okay when I start recording. I've had problems in the past where I can't really hear the audio on the computer, right? I can't really hear it like while I'm recording. And so I'm kind of guessing to see how my audio from the microphone lines up with my audio that I just randomly pulled up. This way, the closest audio source will always be me before that speaker. And so I'm most likely to get like some better audio quality or just something more consistent, so you can always hear my voice first, right? So I have it underneath this table, which is kind of nice. And since it's underneath this table, it blocks some of those waves going directly to the mic. So I'm thinking that it will be pretty cool, and then, you know, we'll see how it turns out when it comes to the editing part today. Just cutting these two top parts off. You can see I just cleaned the table too. I was just moving some wires, you know, around to have less things in my way. I'm still gonna, no matter what, I'm gonna have some things in my way. So I've come to terms with that. So I'm like, well, you know what? I might as well just try to minimize it as much as I can. We'll set our wire tool over there. Start wedging here. One thing that I'm worried about is you can see how all the electrical parts are right near where I'm like wedging. Just gotta be careful if I use water ever. I don't want it to, you know, take. Is that too loud? I'm just gonna do it for now. It's the middle of the day, it doesn't matter. I just don't want to make my neighbors listen to my music. I'd feel bad if they're like trying to have some peace and I'm like freaking playing this atmospheric weird music. Alright. I'm actually gonna maximize this. I think that would look. I think I should add a LUT to the GoPro cam too. Doesn't it seem kind of greenish? Or is that just me? It feels a little greenish to me, but we'll get there eventually. Alright, we're gonna have one smaller one, one big one, one medium one. That'll fit nicely. What the fuck is that? That's definitely not. That's an ad. Get that out of here. I gotta catch those ads. I think I want to get an ad blocker because I really do like these playlists. Right? Sometimes they really help me get into like some locked zone. They're just so atmospheric. And look, I think I want to get like a little pulley instead of this green. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can. Instead of this green thing, like tape, I want to get a pulley that's rotated so maybe I can walk all the way over here in my green screen area while still being like connected. I think I just need to get something that's a couple more feet, or if I just don't have if I don't have it up, I think it'd be good. I think I could navigate every area, but for now I'm gonna leave it that way. And it will be cool because this is blue. I think I can run a blue screen and I can key out 2 colors. Right? So then it would be invisible, like when I'm in my green screen area. They don't make a green wire, but luckily blue wire, that's also something that they do. Anyway, I need to put these in the bag. We'll just go something like this. Put that bag over. Okay. And my pedal is closer now too. So now my pedal is not like all the way across because I had to move the computer. So that's going to be pretty nice too. All right. Let's see how we're doing here. I think that image quality looks really good, guys. Like if I'm looking at that, I feel pretty cool. Somebody was asking me if I could do long sleeve. I'll get a long sleeve. Maybe I'll order a long sleeve green shirt today. We'll see how it goes. Oftentimes I do get clay on my forearms. So I think I'd have to throw a little bit differently than what I normally do. But it is possible. I think it could work out. I still think I'm gonna do my. I even might think I'd be getting green leggings. I'll leave my shorts the color, but maybe green leggings would be cool. So then it kind of centralizes the image. It's just like right in this bottom section. I don't know if I want to do the morph suit thing. I don't know. There's something about morph suit that just feels a little bit too. Feels weird. I don't want to throw on a morph suit. But like a green shirt and green leggings with shorts on, like that, kind of feels like an epic. It kind of feels like a modern take on an outfit that somebody would wear for function in a digital world, right? Like you're wearing clothes to just wear clothes, but not to like put on an outfit, right? It's not like a costume. I think that's something that I think would be kind of interesting. But again, anyway, we're gonna start here. I always thought the coolest thing ever would be if I have a foot pedal is on a rail. Like you can get these they're almost like these things that sort of rotate around. Oh my gosh, if I could hook up the foot pedal, I don't know if I could get another foot pedal that would work for this. I don't think I can get two of the same foot pedals, but I wonder if I can get a remote or something that I could like work on learning how to use my foot, like just my actual big toe or something next to this foot pedal, you know, and get something that would look kind of cool. Like if I could have an image that skates across, oh my gosh, and it's all just through my own thing, I think it'd be sick. But I also think I could probably do it in a way where I could just program it, where maybe not like voice command or anything, that seems too high tech, but just have it randomly do its own thing, right? Like maybe I have a starting point, and these are all roughly the same, you know, same take the same amount of time. So if I could average out the camera to be set at certain points of time, if I press the start button, I think I could do that. But we'll see. I just think there's something that'd be really nice about having a dynamic camera movement, and I don't need to have another human being there to do it, to have to, you know, like work with me. Okay. Also, on the inside here, so I'm taking my finger, making that nice little swirl. Also spent a little bit too much time on that, you know, like I think I could have opened it in just like one or two and been done, but I got a little bit distracted while I was talking. Oh no, we got another ad. Motherfucker. Oh well, I didn't really want to wipe clay all over my pants today, but whatever, it's just gonna happen now. Come on, get out of here. Okay, how do I get back? There we go. Hopefully I think I'm just gonna get more and more ads. I don't know if I'm allowed to, or if I should say this, but I want to get an ad block so badly. I want to get an ad block. It's like I'm really annoyed. But again, maybe that's kind of poor if I get an ad block. Maybe like me dealing with the ad justifies me just using this music. Right? Somebody's getting the money, I guess. Right? Or maybe nobody's getting money. Maybe they're getting money from me actually like watching the video. I don't know. Whoa, I messed up, guys. What? Look at that. I actually messed up. Sorry, it's been a little bit since I've messed up like this. Wow. That's okay. Life goes on. We're just gonna open up our bag. We'll just keep going. At the very end, we'll open up the bag, and so maybe I'll show you guys what happened. So if you look, this is where I could click the zoom feature or something. But if you look, how thin these lines got. I'll just take it off. So if you look how thin that line got, and I had just more thickness on the top here, and so it just got a little bit too thin. So I was doing too much in one pole, got thin and ripped. So that's okay. That's how it goes. Just set that down right here. But we'll just keep going. We're not gonna stop. We'll get to that point real quick. Just gonna wipe it on my pants, I guess. Okay. I guess if I had green leggings, I'd have to do it on my shorts. Because that's what my big thing is that, like, I don't want to do morph suit because it would just, I'd have to just wash the suit so often and it'd get so freaking dirty. I'd have to get it multiple, but I'd rather just get multiple green leggings because I'd use them. But I'm not sure if they make, like, thermal leggings. These aren't thermals, but the leggings that I normally wear, they're like thermals. So that's all I was also thinking. Maybe I'd just get the green shorts, right? But I think if we're talking about actual, like, amount of space being taken up right now, I think it would have to be my knees. So maybe I do have to think about that. Different. Bottom here. Cut this. Here, I'll show you guys. Different way of doing the green screen. Opening that up. Nice. Taking that. Smoothing that down. It's okay. And if I'm thinking back on that first one, the first volcano that I made on that last one, it fell a little bit off. So, I think I gotta do a little bit. Like when I was doing the claw grip pull. Like I think I did it a little bit poorly. Right? These motherfucking ads. Let's see, what does the ad even got cooking up for us? Donald Duck, Disneyland. You gotta go to Disneyland. So it's starting to do it again. There's something off with my throwing today, guys. Alright, we're gonna try to save it here. Okay. Down at the bottom. If I've learned anything, you go slow. You go slow. You almost want to push it outward. You don't want to take it in yet until it's centered. Alright, I think that's good enough, guys. Give me a second. You know what? Let's go big or go home. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, so what we're gonna do, if you see this bottom part here, we're just gonna stick our hand down and get to this bottom and start taking it out just a little bit. Okay, I don't even know what the fuck this is happening here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, You got a weird looking one right now. Okay, let's try to see. Get this set back on center. Come on, get these fucking. Wow, I get so much clay on my hands. Okay, so we got a really wacky one, but we're gonna try to see if we can sit this on center here. At least get it so it's not gonna collapse anymore. Feels pretty good. No. Okay. This is really freaking off to the side here. But there's something that's kind of cool about it, right? Reminds me of like those recording devices that you put the record on with the had the really big barrel or bellow or bell to project music outward. And so you just don't, everything on the bottom is centered, so you just don't want to be thrown off by this top, right? Nice. Okay. So this one, we'll do flange in, flange out, flange in, flange out. We want something soft, but we also want something that goes maybe a little bit wider to exaggerate. To exaggerate that top a little bit more. Nice. Okay. So we're going to take this clay from the bottom underneath here. Okay. There we go, guys. That's number one. Ooh. Tight over this way. Maybe we can have it like this. That'd be freaking sick. Don't make it easy on yourself. I can't believe Reese's Pieces just freaking came on and told you something like that. Alright, Reese's, come on, get out of here. We're trying to invoke strong mentality. How's the devil talking? Said Reese's Pieces, you know. Wants you to invite that comfort in, you know. You know, comfort's nice, but you got to be able to look at it through the window sometimes, right? While you're out in the rain, you know, we don't get to experience something like this, right? But imagine being out in the rain, right? Or imagine we're in this house right below my arm here, okay? So we're in this house, or somebody's in the house and they have the light on and it's raining outside and you see the warmth of that light radiating out of that window, right? That's comfort, right? You gotta learn to be okay from standing there looking at the warmth and that comfort, right? And the more okay you get with that, I've always thought like you don't grow from being inside that warm, comfortable area, right? You grow by being out in the rain. But that's some pottery philosophy for you guys. That first one was a little bit weird, so I feel like that it was cool, but it was on the edge of kind of being like a failure, right? And so I think I gotta make sure these next two are addressing that a little bit better. Take that clay up. Nice, okay. Well, we'll go to here for a second. Push that down, out, and up. Nice. Look at that. Down. And see how I'm up over, so that I can go into a scoop on the palm there. And the hammer's coming down. Really set my body weight on it. My left elbow is right on my hip bone. Using that shoulder, using that body weight to really get that clay right where I want it to be, right? I'm not playing no games with the clay. Okay, there's one. Nice. Look at that. Nice. Nice. Okay. Look at that. So we don't have a lot of water in here, so it's gonna be hard to sponge off the bottom now, right? Because this is all kind of like almost like a clay instead of a water now. It's like a clay slurry. And so this is where I would recommend go get yourself a batch of fresh water. You know, don't force yourself to use some like clay slip, and make it harder to get some of that stuff out the bottom for yourself. You know, go out of your way, just stop for a second and go get some water. It's gonna help you out, but if you feel comfortable with it, you know, you do you. Okay. I'm feeling the clay there. We did our first pull, right? Bring us back to this image so you guys can get a view of this next one. So this next pull, like I'm imagining right now, like the bottom was a little bit off, so I gotta be slow on the bottom. And I went too fast on the bottom last time. So I'm gonna get that wire over the back of my shoulder there. So I'm back at the bottom here. There's a dry spot, so I gotta be careful. So I'm allowing my finger to just slowly drift on top of my exterior finger there. That one felt really good, guys. Take some of that slip off. Go to the bottom here and get that clay out of there. We do not want this. This stuff is some junk. We don't want to deal with that. Okay. Okay. Make a little divot on the bottom here. We're just going to get ready for the poles. And you know what? We're going to do tight pulls this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We're going to start our rotation. It's going to try to go down to one side more than the other. I feel a rip coming, but we're going to try to keep it. We're going with that rotation just a little bit so we can try to buckle out that middle section there. Wants to collapse, it looks like. Oh, but this has a good fullness to it, right? I just like how there's this dark shadow right underneath. This pot has so much drama. And just one little small part there. I think this one's pretty good, guys. Oh, nice. Okay. Just up underneath. Pushing this forward ever so slightly. Trying to get some of this clay up off that edge. Nice. Pinky underneath the clay. I feel it getting drier on my fingertips here. Allowing that to get a little bit thin on this edge. That's great. So now my finger's right up underneath this edge here. And I'm going to fold these over. 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 Get that up. Get that up. Get that up. Skip one, get that up. Get this one, get that up. Skip one, get this up. Skip one, get this up. Kind of messed up, but one smaller one, but my count was just so off by one. They look really good though. Take this clay off. And so that's our second one, guys. So we all know what happened in the first one. So we're gonna set this down like right here. And I'm gonna switch to my other cam, and we're gonna wedge up some more clay. You know what? Right on the pants is fine. So I just am wiping that off right on my pants there. And that's just how it has to be sometimes. Don't be afraid of, you know, letting that clay sort of get all over you. I think that's like one of the... My professor once told me that throwing clay and making pots and stuff, it's kind of like stair steps, right? And I didn't really... When he first said that, I was kind of thought I knew what he was talking about, but I think it took me a little bit of time with the material, right? And I'm not sure if everything does this, but I do think most things have a parallel. But what happened was... I think I put my knee down. One of the stair steps that I had, and it's like this idea of you figure out something, and then you say this is your stair step, right? You're on a flat ground, and then you're here, and all of a sudden you're plateau. You figure something out. You have an epiphany. You have these things called a butter moment, right? With your working with your material, it moves as smooth as butter, right? Your thoughts and the way you move your body are connected. Right, boom. You have a stair step moment where it like pops up, and you have a new plateau, and you're on that plateau for a while. One of the plateaus that I had is I was always trying to just be super clean because I didn't want to get dirty, right? I thought being dirty had this like stigma to it, right? And just a lot of people it has, you know, some people just say that I look homeless, whatever, I don't really care, right? Because as soon as I made that shift and I just stopped caring about being dirty, oh my gosh, my pots improved so much, so fast, right? Because it allowed myself to have a deeper understanding, right, on the clay, because I wasn't focused about another thing, right? I was closer to devoting all of my mind to what I was doing, right? I think when you can do that, oh my gosh, you just get better so much faster. When you don't have to think about like 90 other things while you're trying to just learn how to do one thing. Oh, let's see what ad we got going on now. A Malcolm X movie, MLK/X. It's what's it called? Martin Luther King Jr. Day recently. So that's probably why it's popping up. There we go. Oh yeah. Sorry guys, you didn't get to see me. Alrighty. Setting this clay, taking it up. There we go. Going back down to the bottom here. Again, going to the bottom, taking that up. Saying, no, it's okay. Come back to center. Rotate that around. Right? Get that under. Go to one hand, get some more water on there. Get that up, cup it, lift that up all the way to the top. And do it again. Up. Don't let it freak you out. Keep your palm, use a lot of your palms. And it's almost like you're tilting the clay at the top there and following that up. And that's what's keeping it on center. And that's what's keeping it from ripping as well. Right? And you get your hammer fist. Pop that down. Water. There we go. Pretty centered. Opening up the clay. We're going to switch cams. Opening that clay. Pushing that down. Going over here. Do some more. Opening that up ever so slightly. Whoop. So it got dry and I started pushing clay rather than cutting clay. When you're cutting clay, it's going to stay on center. I'm allowing the air to sort of pop out right there. Getting ready for the next part. Make that swirl. Get ready on the bottom here. Clay's a little bit off center. That's okay. During our pulls, we're going to recenter that. Okay, here we go. A little bit of water. Right up underneath that edge. Really smooth. Just trying to get as much of that clay evened out. So now I have a good starting point for my next pull. Also, there's just no water on the side of this edge here. There we go. Go down, create an edge, right? It's not moving, fingers aren't moving. That's your sign to... Wow, it's gonna... Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do one more pull. I know it's gonna be risky, but we already had one failure, right? That's gonna make us maybe test things out a little bit. Take a risk. Oh, barely finished that pull, guys. Oh, I gotta take a breath after that one. Alright, here we go. Down to the bottom then. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at the top, we're just gonna do a small little correction, just so we have nice even layers. So then when we go to twist the interior there, pretty thin on the edge, but again, it has a fullness to it. Great, guys. Take this edge, push it down. It's pretty good. Alright. Going down to the bottom here. Taking this edge right up. Right underneath. There's a little crumb. Get that out of there for quick. Make sure our sponge is right underneath there. And I gotta be careful because it's pretty thin. So I'm gonna actually make sure I got it.
If you're taking a trip with your friends, why pay for 4 hotel rooms to stay apart from your friends?
Book Airbnb.
Get an Airbnb and stay together.
It's so cringe. And you know what? This is the one I feel like has this. There's like some sharpness to it, right? So this is gonna be one we cut. I prepped it for if I was gonna do one of the newer bottoms, but I'm just gonna cut this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we'll just leave at 7. I have one long one. Okay, do the long one first. Flap that up. Stick it on. Okay. Flap this up. Stick that on. Flap this up. Stick that on. Nice. Flap this up. Nice. Just like that. Okay. Go back in for some nice small adjustments to make it look more intentional. There we go. Like a razor blade, dude. Like a razor blade. Just look at that. Like this pot, it just feels like it's yelling at you. Right? Like it feels like it's like telling you, go get my wine, right? Like a glass of wine, right? Like it feels like a royal cup. Not a cup, sorry. Pot. Alright. Well, first I'm going to take this one. You guys will kind of see what I'm doing here, and then we'll do the big reveal at the end. So, keep pot number 1. Oh, I guess this will be pot number 1, the one that's like all sorts of crooked. It's an interesting one. The next one will be the tendril one, the one that we just made. Right? Is that feeling good? Yep. Make sure my hand doesn't fall. There we go. I'm gonna kick this outside a little bit. There we go. I wanna get her on the dark side here. Oh yeah. Freaking animal. That's what we like to see. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. All the best. Shaw Mentality. Peace.